That's plenty. Alright, astrology fans, how are we doing? So something that I see a lot in astrology communities, in particular online, is that there's a lot of roasting, a lot of basically shitting on other signs, and that's all well and good. But I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to make a series of videos highlighting the good things about all the signs. So this video is the one about Virgo. So here is my list of 5 things that I really admire about the sign of Virgo. So if you've got your sun, your moon, or your rising in Virgo, or some other strong Virgo placements, then this video is very much for you. And here is my list of 5 reasons that I love you. Alright, reason number 1 to appreciate the sign of Virgo is their trustworthiness. So I would trust a Virgo dominant before I trusted any other sign in the Zodiac. This is the sign that you can give the keys to your house and the passwords to your whole life, like not just for no reason, but if like you need to give them to someone, you'd feel safe about it if they were Virgo dominant. People with an emphasis on Virgo have this like strong sense of duty which like underpins everything. And I think that that is something that the rest of us could really try to incorporate a little more of that into our lives. I think just like Virgo is such a reliable sign, and it's definitely the least likely to flake, I would say. Second of all, is something that's really typical of the sign of Virgo, and that is the attention to detail. This is something that it really stands out. Often it's taken as like a negative, but for me, I think it's a huge boon. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, as is Gemini, but in the case of Virgo, Mercury uses its intellect to like discriminate between things, right? So Virgo placements come built in with this like capacity to like sort things out, to like evaluate information that they take in or things that they see, whether it's like written or spoken or anything else. And that's an attribute which I think is really useful for Virgo dominance, and it makes them one of the best placed to make decisions based on rational conclusions, really. Which brings me to my next point, which is the practicality. So Virgo is an earth sign, and all earth signs are going to be practical in some way or another, but the strong mental prowess that comes with Virgo being ruled by Mercury makes Virgo dominance really stand out for me in that regard. If you're doing anything practical at work, at school, at home, or wherever, I think you want one of these people on your team. They're just so damn efficient. It's like being able to analyze and decide on like what is needed, what's not needed. It's just like such a useful trait to have, and it's something that I really admire about the sign of Virgo. Now, if you're a Virgo dominant and you just heard me praise your sign, you might have cringed a little bit, which brings me on to the next point, which is something else that I love about you, which is the selflessness. Virgo is definitely the sign that is least likely to seek the spotlight, right? It's people with a strong emphasis on Virgo placements will be happy to like put in the work. They'll be happy to like put in the hours for the team, but it's like they remain humble when it comes time to divvy up the praise. A good example of these Virgo traits is Keanu Reeves, who has his sun, Mercury, and ascendant all in Virgo, so he's clearly Virgo emphasized or Virgo dominant. So besides seeming like extraordinarily humble for a mega movie star, all this stuff about in the subway, like giving someone the seat, which like is like normal or whatever, but the fact that he takes the subway in the first place is like I think what makes it so remarkable about him, that he's like a multimillionaire and so on. But besides all that, there's these reports that he's been secretly donating millions of dollars to charities over the years, like, and again, what's notable about that, of course, if I had millions of dollars, I like to think I would donate that to charity as well, but the fact that he is a celebrity who donates all this money, but he doesn't put his name to any of his donations because he wants to help people. He wants to serve people. He doesn't want any of the spotlight, and I think that's typical. It's typical of the best traits of Virgo. Bringing me to the last item on this list of things I love about the sign of Virgo, and that is their capacity as healers. For Virgo, I think that the healing professions are a really common avenue to explore their drive to serve. This can be through some like a more mystical or holistic healing modality, or something more traditional like being a doctor or a nurse. It's all very Virgoan, and I think that really what it is that there's something about the cross section between wanting to help people and being able to effectively analyze information and then reach a diagnosis, which like I think which makes all that really tick. Because really, if you think about it, like healing really is a real like Virgoan process. It's about the body, there's something in the blood and it notices that there's something wrong, like just as an example, it notices there's something foreign or something wrong there, and it uses its powers of discrimination to figure out what needs to be removed, in a sense, to try and purify things and heal. And that's what Virgo really represents. And really, I think that if we had more of this drive for selfless service going around, then I think that would only improve humanity. So Virgo, thanks for your service. Alright, that concludes my video of 5 things which I love about the sign of Virgo. So if you want to see more of this astrological content, please let me know by giving a like to the video, by giving a subscribe to the channel, or even better, if you want to go one further, leave us a little comment. Alright, cheers. Thanks for clicking. See you next time.